which princess got married where, which castle, which church, which abbey. That's really the only question she cares about in Westminster. It's a different vibe in Westminster. Everyone thinks Princess Diana got married here too, but that's actually wrong. Experience it and live it today just like they lived it in the old days. That's like one of my favorite things. I'm so happy to hear that. It's kind of been in the rumors that they want to live there one day, so. 3 years ago, I took a picture of my girlfriend in Paris and my life forever changed. Fast forward to today, living in a different city every month, our lives are anything but conventional. Maybe it's crazy, maybe it's foolish, maybe it's Maybelline. All I know is our adventures have become one big movie. Come along with us as we travel the world, documenting our stories one passport stamp at a time. This is Captain Castor Vlogs. Who got married where? That's what everyone wants to know. Well, at least that's what my girlfriend constantly asks me. Which princess got married where? Which castle? Which church? Which abbey? That's really the only question she cares about in Westminster. I feel like actually a lot of people don't know this stuff. It's hard to nail down all the historic places and know exactly which events and which ceremonies and which weddings took place wherever. So let me break it down for you. Behind me is the Westminster Abbey. It's one of the most famous churches in all the world. You might have seen it in many movies, many shows, magazines. So many famous events took place here. Probably the most famous recent event was actually a royal wedding. It was actually the wedding between Prince William and Kate Middleton. Almost 10 years ago now. That was at this one behind me. Everyone thinks Princess Diana got married here too, but that's actually wrong. They think of the big royal staircases, long flowy dress and going up the steps and all the people standing around. Pretty much the church just being filled with people, but that didn't happen here. That happened just a little bit up the river at St. Paul's Cathedral. Actually, one of the reasons they preferred St. Paul's Cathedral over here is because St. Paul's Cathedral is so much bigger. I think it could fit like 3,500 people, and they wanted to be the prince and princess of the people. So they wanted to invite a bunch of people, and they couldn't do it here. I think there was a lot of controversy at the time because everyone was like, "Why don't you get married at the Abbey? You know, that's the place to get married." The third royal wedding that everyone confuses that they thought was here too was between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. That was actually not even in London. That was at Windsor Castle, which is like an hour drive from here. A little bit more secluded, a little bit more private. All their guests went out there, and I think they actually prefer it out there. It's kind of been in the rumors that they want to live there one day. So those are the three major royal weddings as of in the last 20 to 30 years. They didn't all happen here at the Abbey behind me, but the Abbey is still amazing. Really known for its Gothic architecture and just that staple English architecture vibe. It's absolutely huge. Not as big as St. Paul's Cathedral, but really, I mean, it stands so tall and just such a presence in Westminster. I mean, all the people here behind me are taking photos, and it kind of, when you walk up on it, it's like a wow factor. So glad I can pass by this almost every day and really get to soak it in. It's not many times you see architecture like this. I've been to Paris, I've been to Rome, the architecture is way different, but this is like, really pops at you. It makes you think of all those shows and movies you watched in the medieval times with that beautiful but dark architecture. They put a little bit of gold in it, so as you can see when the sun hits it, it just shimmers and really just gives you that staple English vibe. So love the Abbey. Everyone didn't get married here. That's talking to you, Bree. And let's take a little stroll in Westminster. As I'm walking through Westminster, leaving the Abbey, I kind of noticed it's a different vibe in Westminster. You have really old England, old style buildings, architecture from hundreds of years ago, mixed with that newer, modern London style. It's interesting. They wanted to keep it historic, but also update it as well. It's just something to take in. I don't see that anywhere else in the world, honestly. Also, the other thing I noticed as I was leaving Westminster Abbey is that they still use it for church services today. That's like my favorite thing when you have old buildings and old technology and you find a way to incorporate it in today, not just waste that beauty and waste that history, and people can really experience it and live it today just like they lived it in the old days. That's like one of my favorite things. I'm so happy to hear that it's not just for the royal weddings and stuff, that they still use it as church services. That just warms my heart. I've kind of found a place like that in Paris and Rome where they kind of use older buildings and they're able to use modern events and modern churches and still make use of this old, historic, beautiful stuff. That's my favorite thing. I love it. Good job, Westminster.